across the vast and varied landscapes of Africa. From the sun-scorched savannas to the dense, humid rainforests stand some of humanity's most ingenious and enduring structures. These are the traditional African huts, homes that are far more than simple shelters. They are a testament to human creativity, a deep understanding of the natural world, and the powerful bonds of community. For thousands of years, people across this great continent have crafted their homes from the very earth beneath their feet and the plants that grow around them. Each hut tells a story, a narrative of survival, culture, and a harmonious relationship with the environment. They are living pieces of history, architectural marvels that have stood the test of time. When we look at these structures, we are not merely observing primitive dwellings. We are witnessing a profound wisdom passed down through countless generations. The choice of materials, the shape of the walls, the pitch of the roof, every single detail has a purpose, honed by centuries of experience. These homes are designed to breathe with the rhythm of the day, offering cool respite from the midday heat and warmth during the chilly nights. They are built to withstand powerful winds, heavy rains, and the ever-present challenges of nature. To truly understand these huts is to understand the soul of the communities that build them and the landscapes they inhabit. The diversity of these huts is simply astonishing, mirroring the incredible diversity of Africa itself. There is no single African hut, but rather a magnificent array of styles, each uniquely adapted to its local environment and cultural traditions. In one region, you might find sturdy, round huts made of mud and dung, while in another, you may see elegant, beehive-shaped structures woven entirely from grass and reeds. Some are adorned with vibrant geometric patterns, turning a simple home into a canvas of communal art. This variety is not accidental. It is a direct response to the available resources and the specific needs of the people. Exploring the world of traditional African huts is a journey into the heart of human ingenuity. It is a chance to see how people with remarkable skill and knowledge create comfortable, sustainable, and beautiful homes using only what nature provides. These structures are not relics of a bygone era, but are still home to millions of people today. They hold valuable lessons for our modern world, teaching us about sustainability, community, and the timeless art of living in harmony with our planet. Let us begin this journey and uncover the secrets held within the walls of these extraordinary dwellings. One of the most common and fundamental materials used in the construction of African huts is the earth itself. Across the continent, particularly in the drier savanna and Sahel regions, people have long turned to mud, clay, and soil to build their homes. This is not just any dirt scooped from the ground. It is a carefully selected mixture, often combined with other natural elements to create a durable and effective building material. In places like Mali, the Dogon people build their spectacular mud brick villages into the cliffs, a practice that has continued for centuries. The use of earth is a perfect example of using what is abundant, creating homes that seem to rise organically from the landscape. The process of creating these mud walls is a marvel of simple but effective engineering. Often the soil is mixed with water to form a thick, malleable clay. To this mixture, builders might add chopped straw, grass, or even cow dung. These additions are not random. They serve a crucial purpose. The straw and grass act as a binding agent, much like steel bars in modern concrete, preventing the mud from cracking as it dries under the sun. The dung adds strength and, surprisingly, acts as a natural insect repellent, helping to protect the structure from termites and other pests that could weaken the walls over time. This technique, often referred to as cob or adobe, results in incredibly thick and solid walls. In West Africa, the great mosques of Djenné and Timbuktu stand as monumental examples of this architectural style, proving the longevity and strength of mud construction. For family homes, the process is often a communal affair. Men, women, and children all participate, mixing the mud with their feet and hands, and then patting it into place to form the walls, layer by layer. This collaborative effort strengthens not only the house, but also the bonds within the community, turning the act of building into a shared celebration of life. The resulting structures are wonderfully suited to their environment. The thick mud walls possess a high thermal mass, which means they absorb the sun's intense heat during the day, keeping the interior remarkably cool. Then, as the temperature drops at night, the walls slowly release that stored heat, providing a gentle warmth inside the hut. This natural form of air conditioning is incredibly efficient and costs nothing, a perfect solution developed through generations of close observation and a deep connection to the natural cycles of the climate. It is a simple, yet profoundly intelligent design. While Earth forms the solid foundation of many huts, it is the plant life of Africa that provides the framework, the roofing, and the intricate details. In areas rich with grasslands and forests, people use sticks, reeds, and grasses with incredible skill. These materials are lightweight, flexible, and readily available, making them ideal for constructing everything from the main structure to the final weatherproof covering. The San people of the Kalahari Desert, for example, create their temporary shelters, or skirms, by bending and weaving pliable branches into a dome shape, a quick and efficient way to create protection from the elements in a nomadic lifestyle. The skeleton of many huts begins with a framework of strong, sturdy sticks or wooden poles. These are driven into the ground to form the shape of the hut, whether it be circular, rectangular, or square. Thinner, more flexible sticks or saplings are then woven between these main poles, creating a lattice-like structure. This woven wall, known as wattle, provides a sturdy base that can then be plastered with mud, a technique called wattle and daub. In other cases, especially in forested regions, the entire structure might be made of wood and reeds, showcasing a different kind of architectural mastery that relies on weaving and lashing rather than plastering. The roof is perhaps the most critical part of the hut, and here, grass and leaves play a starring role. Thatching is an ancient art form practiced with immense precision across the continent. Bundles of long grasses or large leaves, such as from palm trees, are layered tightly onto the wooden roof frame. The layers are overlapped in such a way that rainwater runs straight off, keeping the interior perfectly dry even during the heaviest tropical downpours. A well-thatched roof is not only waterproof, but also an excellent insulator, trapping warm air in winter and keeping the home cool in summer. The distinctive conical shape of many thatched roofs also helps with airflow, drawing hot air up and out of the living space. The choice of plant material is, of course, dictated by the local environment. In the grasslands of East and Southern Africa, tall savanna grasses are the primary thatching material. In the equatorial rainforests of Central Africa, people use large, durable leaves from plants like the Marantaceae family. This intimate knowledge of local botany is fundamental. Builders know exactly which plants to harvest, when to harvest them for maximum durability, and how to treat them to prolong their life. This deep ecological wisdom ensures that the homes are not only effective, but also sustainable, built from resources that can be replenished naturally. In some of Africa's harshest and most arid environments, where trees are scarce and life is constantly on the move, people have developed a different, yet equally brilliant type of dwelling. Nomadic and semi-nomadic peoples, such as the Tuareg of the Sahara and the Maasai of the East African savanna, have traditionally crafted their homes from materials they can carry with them, animal skins and hides. These portable shelters are masterpieces of lightweight engineering, designed to be assembled and disassembled quickly as communities follow their herds or seasonal resources. They represent a lifestyle deeply intertwined with the animals that sustain them. For these pastoralist communities, livestock are the most valuable resource, providing not only food and wealth, but also the very materials for shelter. The hides of cattle, goats, or camels are carefully treated and prepared to make them both durable and flexible. The process often involves scraping the hides clean, stretching them out to dry, and then softening them with animal fats or other natural substances. The resulting leather is strong, waterproof, and surprisingly well insulated. It provides excellent protection against the fierce desert winds, the baking sun, and the cold desert nights, making it an ideal material for a mobile home. The structure of these huts is elegantly simple. A framework of light, flexible poles which can be easily bundled and transported is erected first. Over this frame, the prepared animal hides are stretched and secured, often with leather ropes or ties. The Maasai, for instance, build their temporary homes, known as manyatas, using a framework of wooden poles bent into a loaf shape, which is then covered with a mixture of mud, sticks, grass, and cow dung, often with hides used for waterproofing. The Tuareg, famous for their magnificent desert tents, use woven mats of palm fiber and dyed goat skins, creating a shelter that is both beautiful and practical for their life in the Sahara. These portable homes are a perfect adaptation to a nomadic existence. Their lightweight nature means they can be packed onto the back of a camel or a donkey and moved to new pastures with relative ease. This mobility is essential for survival in environments where water and grazing land are sparse and scattered. The home is not a fixed point on the landscape, but a movable part of the family's life, a protective bubble that travels with them. It is a profound expression of freedom and adaptability, a home built not to dominate the landscape but to move gracefully through it, leaving little trace behind. The architectural diversity of African huts extends far beyond the materials used. It's also expressed in a stunning variety of shapes and designs. The form of a hut is never arbitrary. It's a carefully considered choice, influenced by climate, culture, and available resources. The most common and iconic shape is the round hut, or rondavelle, found widely across East and Southern Africa. This circular design is incredibly strong and stable, offering excellent resistance to wind from any direction. And with no corners to trap stale air, it also promotes better natural ventilation, letting air circulate freely and keeping the interior cool. In contrast to the round huts, rectangular or square structures are also prevalent, especially in West Africa and forested regions. The choice of a rectangular design often relates to the building materials. It's just easier to construct straight walls using timber frames or mud bricks, like those used in the impressive earthen architecture of Mali and Niger. These rectangular homes can also be more easily extended. A family can add new rooms as it grows, creating a complex series of interconnected spaces that form a family compound. This modular design reflects a different approach to family life and social structure, compared to the single-space living of a rondavelle. The roofs of these huts too show remarkable variation. The classic conical thatched roof is perfectly designed to shed heavy rainfall and withstand high winds. Its steep pitch ensures that water runs off quickly, preventing leaks and rot. In some areas you might find dome-shaped roofs, where the walls curve seamlessly into the ceiling, creating a single unified structure. The beehive huts of the Zulu people in South Africa are a spectacular example of this, woven entirely from grass into a perfect dome. In drier regions, roofs may be flat, made from packed earth and wood, and can even be used as an extra living or sleeping space during cool nights. Perhaps the most visually striking aspect of hut design is the decoration. In many cultures, the walls of a home become a canvas for artistic expression. The Ndebele people of southern Africa are world-renowned for the vibrant, geometric patterns they paint on the exterior of their homes. These murals are not just for beauty, they are a form of cultural identity, with specific patterns and colors holding symbolic meaning. Similarly, the Kasena people of Ghana and Burkina Faso decorate their mud huts with intricate black, white, and red designs. This tradition turns a village into a living art gallery, where every home tells a story of its family and its culture. A traditional African hut is much more than a physical structure. It is a profound expression of the culture and social fabric of the community that builds it. The design, layout, and even the construction process itself are deeply rooted in cultural beliefs, family structures, and communal values. The building of a new home is rarely a solitary task. It is a community event, a moment where friends, family, and neighbors come together to lend their hands and share their skills. This collective effort reinforces social bonds and ensures that traditional building knowledge is passed down from elders to the younger generation, keeping the culture alive. The layout of a homestead or village often reflects the social organization of its inhabitants. In many cultures, a family compound consists of several huts arranged in a specific pattern. For example, a husband might have his own hut, and each of his wives might have her own separate hut where she lives with her children. These huts are often arranged around a central courtyard or cattle enclosure, which serves as a shared space for cooking, socializing, and daily activities. This spatial arrangement visibly represents the family hierarchy, the relationships between its members, and the importance of both private and communal spaces in daily life. The hut itself is often imbued with symbolic meaning. The entrance might face a particular direction for spiritual reasons, such as towards the rising sun, or away from prevailing evil spirits. The different parts of the hut, the hearth, the sleeping areas, the storage spaces, are not just functional but are also tied to specific rituals and social protocols. The hearth, for instance, is often considered the heart of the home, a sacred space where the family gathers and ancestral spirits are honored. The materials used can also have symbolic significance, with certain woods or grasses being chosen for their protective or auspicious properties. Furthermore, the very act of living in these homes shapes cultural practices. The open and communal nature of many village layouts fosters a strong sense of community and interdependence. Children are raised by the entire village, and resources are often shared. The design of the huts, with their central living spaces and outdoor courtyards, encourages social interaction and a life lived largely in connection with one's neighbors and the natural world. This, contrasts sharply with the more individualistic and private lifestyle encouraged by the design of many modern Western homes with their high fences and separate closed-off rooms. When we compare traditional African huts with modern houses built from concrete, steel, and glass, we see two very different philosophies of living. Modern construction often prioritizes permanence, standardization, and a clear separation from the natural environment. These houses are built to last for decades with minimal maintenance and are equipped with technologies like air conditioning and central heating to control the indoor climate. They offer a high level of comfort and convenience, but often come at a significant financial and environmental cost. The materials used, such as cement and steel, have a large carbon footprint due to their energy-intensive production processes. In contrast, traditional huts are models of sustainability and environmental harmony. They are built from locally sourced, renewable and biodegradable materials. A mud hut, at the end of its life, can simply dissolve back into the earth from which it came, leaving almost no trace. This cradle-to-cradle approach is incredibly eco-friendly. The natural insulation provided by mud and thatch eliminates the need for artificial heating and cooling systems, drastically reducing energy consumption. While they may require more frequent maintenance, such as replastering the walls or rethatching the roof, this work is done using readily available local materials and traditional skills. From a cultural perspective, the differences are also profound. Modern houses are often designed and built by professional contractors, with the homeowner having little involvement in the construction process. The designs are frequently generic, reflecting global trends rather than local traditions. A traditional hut, on the other hand, is a deeply personal and cultural statement. It is built by the family and community, and its design is a direct reflection of their heritage and identity. The act of building and maintaining the hut strengthens social ties and preserves cultural knowledge, something that is often lost in the process of modern construction. Of course, modern houses offer advantages in terms of durability, space, and sanitation that are highly valued. A concrete house is less vulnerable to fire or pests than a thatched hut, and modern plumbing offers a level of hygiene that is difficult to achieve in a traditional setting. The challenge, therefore, is not to choose one over the other, but to find ways to blend the wisdom of the old with the benefits of the new. It is about learning from the sustainability and cultural richness of traditional huts to create modern homes that are not only comfortable and safe, but also kinder to our planet and more connected to our communities. The wisdom embodied in traditional African huts is not confined to the past. It holds powerful lessons that are, honestly, increasingly relevant for our future. In an era of climate change and growing environmental awareness, architects and builders around the world are looking to indigenous building techniques for inspiration. The principles of passive cooling, natural ventilation, and the use of local, sustainable materials, which have been perfected in African huts for centuries, are now at the forefront of a movement known as green architecture or bioclimatic design. These ancient solutions are being rediscovered as cutting-edge ideas for creating energy-efficient buildings. Modern architects are beginning to incorporate these traditional ideas into contemporary designs. You can see this in buildings that use thick earthen walls, a technique now called rammed earth, to regulate temperature, or in structures designed with large overhanging roofs and clever ventilation systems that mimic the function of a thatched hut. These buildings manage to provide modern comforts without relying heavily on electricity for heating and cooling. They prove that we can build homes that are both technologically advanced and deeply in tune with their natural surroundings, reducing our environmental impact significantly. The legacy of the hut also extends to the realm of social sustainability. The communal aspect of traditional building and living offers a powerful antidote to the isolation that can be common in modern urban life. Projects focused on co-housing and community-led construction are drawing inspiration from the collaborative spirit of village life. They seek to recreate that sense of shared purpose and mutual support by involving future residents in the design and building of their own homes. This fosters a sense of ownership and community long before anyone even moves in, building a neighborhood rather than just a collection of houses. Furthermore, there is a growing appreciation for the cultural value that these structures represent. In many parts of Africa, efforts are being made to preserve traditional building skills and to promote the use of these techniques as a viable and culturally appropriate housing solution. Tourist lodges and cultural centers are being built in traditional styles, providing economic opportunities for local communities and helping to keep these ancient crafts alive. These projects celebrate the beauty and ingenuity of African architecture, ensuring that the legacy of the hut continues to inspire and inform not only the buildings of tomorrow, but also our understanding of what it means to create a home. The traditional African hut, in all its diverse and beautiful forms, is far more than a simple dwelling. It is a masterpiece of sustainable design, a living library of cultural knowledge, and a powerful symbol of the human ability to live in harmony with the natural world. From the cool, solid mud walls of the Sahel to the intricately woven grass domes of the savannah, these homes are a direct response to the environment, crafted with materials provided by the earth itself. They teach us that the most effective solutions are often the simplest, born from generations of careful observation and a deep respect for nature's rhythms. We have seen how every aspect of a hut's design, its shape, its materials, its orientation, is a deliberate choice that maximizes comfort and safety while minimizing environmental impact. We have learned that the construction of a hut is not just an architectural process, but a vital social ritual that strengthens the bonds of family and community. These structures are not static relics. They are dynamic, adaptable, and continue to provide shelter and a sense of identity for millions of people. They stand in quiet contrast to much of modern architecture, reminding us of the immense value of local wisdom and sustainable living. In our modern quest for a more sustainable future, the lessons from these timeless shelters are more important than ever. They challenge us to rethink our own homes and to ask if they truly serve our needs, our communities, and our planet. The African hut shows us that it is possible to create buildings that are not only functional and beautiful, but also gentle on the earth. It demonstrates that true wealth lies not in consuming more, but in understanding and appreciating the resources we already have, right beneath our feet. As we look ahead, let us carry with us the spirit of the traditional African hut. Let it inspire us to build with greater awareness, to value community, and to seek a deeper connection with the natural world. The ingenuity of the African builder, who turns mud, grass, and sticks into a comfortable and resilient home, is a powerful reminder of human potential. It is a story of adaptation, creativity, and survival. A story that offers a profound and hopeful lesson for all of humanity as we navigate the challenges of the 21st century.